Today we are going to be discussing how to design a product registration page including image uploading. So this is our product registration page, and let's start off by trying to add a product. So let's select fonts and categories, select a product brand, and select our phone we are going to add. We're going to add a title to our product, so Apple iPhone 13. Then we are going to select our color. Our product condition is brand new. We are going to add 5 quantities. We are going to keep the cost at 425,000. Delivery cost within Colombo 299. Out of Colombo 499. So this is going to be a product description, and we are going to upload our images. So we have our images, downloads. So we have selected 3 images, and these are the images we are going to add. And I'm going to click upload images. So this has been added. Now I'm going to save our product. Once we save our product, it should be appearing in our database, which I'm going to show you next. So as you can see, these are our database, and we have saved our product in the products table. So let's see if our new phone has appeared, and here it has appeared. So that is done. So let's move on to describing our code on how we got this. So this is our add product PHP code. So this is how we have designed our product registration page, including the image uploading. So last time we discussed about how we created this page, and now we added some more parts to it. So here we have created a connection class, including the header, and we've created a connection with our connection.php, which links our database. And we have mentioned that if there is a user set in this session, we given that condition, and under that condition this code is written. So here we have asked for a database search, searching for the category. So once these codes are executed, all our category values will be taken from this, and as options we will be getting all the category names appear. So the same process is done for brand, and the same for the models. These have new IDs model. This one has ID brand. This one has the ID category. So we have asked for a title for our product, which is a label class, and here we have added the IDB and the IDU for our conditions, product conditions. And here for our product color, again we have done something similar like we did for the categories. We are displaying all our colors. And then we have a change product image. So from this code we'll be having a product images changing, which we can see in a JavaScript, that process. And then we have add product. This is also another function which we have when we click save product. So this is our product image. So here we have introduced a variable image and linked it with the id image uploader. So here on the change of image has been added. We have introduced a function and a variable, and under that function a variable saying file count images.file.length. So the length of the number of image files. So if the file count is less than or equal to 3, then we have introduced a for loop saying from where x equals 0, x should be less than the file count. So we have introduced a variable file, and we taken this file as x, and we have taken the another variable url, and we have given it a new object url. So once we get a image from the IID, then we are adding x to it, and we get a url. So we have an image name and then the file name, and then we get a url. If we have added more than 3 images, this is going to be displayed on our screen. Moving on to our end product, which we have here, we have introduced variables for our category, brand, model, title from by taking our IDs from our page, category, brand, model, and title. And we've introduced a condition here, um, and the condition is set to 0 if it is checked as if the ID B is checked, the condition is 1. If the ID U is checked in the checkbox, the condition is 2. And we've introduced more variables: color input, quantity, cost, DWC, DOC, delivery within Colombo, delivery out of Colombo, description, image. Okay, and next we are going to move on to uh, new form data which we have created. So here we have created a form, and to this form we have added these values: category as CA, brand as B, model as M, title as T, condition as con, color value as color, then the color input value as Q, cost value as DWC, cost value as cost value, DWC as DWC dot value, same for DOC, and then DESC as DESC dot value. So here we taken the file count or the image length, and where the file count or where variable x is 0, we've asked for the file count to be less than x. So as long as it is less than x, we have asked for the images to be attached, and so the images will be attached with x. So x is the current number of images already uploaded. So, and then after this we have asked for a new request to be open, which is the an XML HTTP request, and on ready state change, it will we have asked for a function to be created. The function will start at ready state change 4 at stage 4. So this request will open up as a post request in our end product process.php, and it is a Ajax process. So we are sending this form in this request, and we get, once we reaches ready state 4, we get we have introduced a variable t, which is the response text of this request. So since it's going to be coming from add product process.php, let's check out that code. So this is the add product process.php. So here we have added a session start to see if our users have joined it, and we have connected our database here. Then we have taken a variable email, and here we take our sessions user and email. So we have added the new variables for category as CA, brand as B, model as M, title as T, and so on, as we took the values in our form. So we have our validation part here. If category is 0, please select a category. Same goes for brand, model, and title. And if the string length of the title is greater than 100, then the title should have less than 100 characters will be displayed on the screen. Then the same for color. If it's empty, it will show please select a color. Same for the quantity. And they've also mentioned that the quantity is always if the quantity is 0, invalid input for quantity, or if the quantity has a number which goes to E, or if it is negative, it will say the same, and it will say please enter the price if a cost field is empty. Same goes for then after that we have mentioned that if it is not numeric, invalid input for cost. So that means if the input field is not in numbers, it's going to be invalid. Then again we have asked for a delivery fee in within Colombo, and we have asked for it to be numeric. So if it's not, it's going to say invalid input. So the same will be for DWC. And we have asked for a description if it is empty. And then here we have add brand has model underscore rs, and that's going to be a variable which is linked to the database search. Select all from brand as model. We have brand id, and uh, where brand id is brand variable and model id is equal to the model variable. So we have introduced the brand has model underscore id, and if the number of rows is greater than 1, we request for the data, and then we take the id from the data and link it to a variable. If it is not 1, then we insert it to brand has model.id. We insert the values brand id, model id. So here we have taken the brand has model as id and linked it to a database, the connection saying insert id. Here we have taken a time zone, a date time, our time zone, and we set our time zone in the format year, month, date, hours, minutes, seconds. So our status is set to 1, and we have linked up product table and all the other columns which are in it, and then we have linked variables to that. And if it saves successfully, it's going to echo product saved successfully, which we saw in our screen. And here we have linked our product id to our database connection with insert id, and then we have the length or the size of files, the images which we have uploaded. If it's less than 3 and greater than 0, then we are going to allow the images image types in jpg, jpeg, png, and svg, xml. So as we saw this type of validation part before, if this exists as a jpg type, we are going to add .jpg to the end of our files, and it's the same for the rest. And to the new file which we get, we open it from resources, mobile images, then we have the title name of the file, and we add a new image, new unique ID, and this is going to be a new image extension. So it's going to be moved, this file is going to be moved as a temporary with a temporary name, and the file name is uh, given. And so we have added another insert update delete delete query, and so here we have asked to insert in images the code of our image, or the new unique code which we are getting for our image, our product ID, and we'll be having the values file name and product name. If this does not work, it's going to echo invalid image type, and then the product will be saved successfully. If it's not saved successfully, it's going to echo invalid image count. So going back to our JavaScript, once it echoes product image saved successfully, once we see that value in our screen, our Windows location is going to reload, or else, if not, it's going to alert T once again. So that process will run until we get our desired output. So this is it for this video. Thank you for watching.